Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are making some delicious crispy chicken and shrimp tacos. So let's get started and prepare our breading. So we want our crust to be really nice and crispy, golden brown and super delicious. So we're going to be using 2 parts flour and 1 part semolina with a bit of baking powder. So in a large bowl like this, just add in your flour along with your semolina. So semolina is quite gritty, and that's going to help add some texture to the breading. Now to this, let's add in a bit of our baking powder. So I'm adding just over a teaspoon, and that's going to help the breading puff up just a little bit for that crispiness. Now give this a quick mix, season with some salt, and there's your breading. So this is going to be a really simple recipe which any of you can make either on the weekday or on the weekends, and everybody's going to be super impressed by it. So for the marinade, add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And now to this, add a bit of blackening spice. So you can really adjust the spice level to your preference. I like it quite hot, so I'm going to go for 2 tablespoons. Now you may have questions about the blackening spice. Well, don't worry. You don't have to go to the store and get some proprietary spice blend. This is really easy to make right at home, and I bet you already have those dried spices in your pantry. So go take a look. I'll tag the recipe down below and you can make your own blackening spice. And even if you don't, and you have to buy a few missing spices, keep them, because those spices can be used to make so many other various blends, and some of my other recipes for spices are on the website as well. Now just grab a whisk and mix this up. And look at that beautiful shine. So now let's prepare our proteins. I quite like chicken, so you can either use chicken breast or chicken thighs for this. And I'm going to be using 1 full chicken breast to about 7 to 8 shrimps. And these are large shrimps. I believe these are 2130s. And I'm using Argentinian shrimps, which I believe are the sweetest and have the most flavor. So we're going to roughly chop this into about 1 inch thick cubes. Just like that. Don't worry too much about getting perfect dice, because we are going to be breading it, frying it, and we really want those nice chunks and generous portions of our protein in this. So there's your chicken. Now simply add this to your marinade. Give it a nice toss. Doesn't that look beautiful? Now add the shrimp to this as well and give it a quick mix. And you can see that marinade, the quick and easy marinade, was quickly mopped up by that chicken and shrimp, and they look beautiful right now. I could eat them right now, but you know. Now this next step is completely optional. If you like onion rings, you're gonna love this. And if you don't like onion rings, you should try this. Think of this like a baby step towards an onion ring. We're gonna dice up some generous portions of onions and add it to the marinade. And then when we bread it, that onion is gonna get battered and fried with the proteins, and it's gonna taste incredible. Fried onions are amazing. So let's chop up our onion. I'm not too worried about the chicken here. just because I'm not planning to reuse this onion for any other recipe, and I'm going to use all of this. So it's about a half a small onion, and make sure when you add it in, you kind of break it like this, so we have some nice single layer. So when you're eating this, you don't just get a mouthful of onion. So just like that, toss it. And this is nicely marinated. Okay, so let's start breading our proteins. Simply add your marinated proteins, so that's your shrimp, chicken, and the onions. Just kind of toss and mix this in that breading mixture. Make sure you coat it really, really nicely. You can also toss it if you like. Want each corner to be covered. So now for the tip, use a sieve like this, and we're going to be using this to really put the portion we want, because we'll be frying this in batches, and really getting all the excess flour out by kind of shaking it and tapping it on the sides. So there's my portion here, and now I'll just tap this, and as you can see, any excess flour that was in there will come out, and you'll have a perfectly breaded portion ready to fry. So now really carefully add your portion to the oil, just like that. And then make sure to give it a shake. And that shake at the end is really going to make sure that in case something got stuck at the bottom on impact, you kind of dislodge it and make sure it's not stuck anymore. This is looking amazing. I'm going to go and warm up my tortillas now. Now our proteins look amazing. You can see how the semolina has really made things nice and crispy. And you can basically see it in each bite there. Take a look at that shrimp. So let's take this out. I just washed my sieve from earlier, just to make sure we don't get any excess oil. We can just drain it out right now. Just like that, get it all out, so that you're ready for the next batch. Now while it's hot, transfer it to a baking sheet. Now while it's hot, transfer it to a large stainless steel bowl. And you can literally tap it or toss it with some paper towel to get any excess oil out. And while it's still hot, let's give it a final touch of seasoning while tossing. So our tortillas are warming up pretty nicely here. And then to this, just add some generous chunks of cheddar cheese. I'm using some old cheddar slices here. Let that melt and get really nice. Now the tortillas themselves will be simply sauced with some sour cream. That's really going to add some nice creaminess with that molten cheese there. Now we're going to add these tortillas directly to our taco stands here. Just like that. Tortillas are nice and crispy, so they won't go soggy with all these toppings we're putting on. I'm going to put this over a plate because of all that cheese that's oozing out. So now, this is the fun part. We have our molten gooey cheese, some sour cream. Let's start adding the rest of our toppings onto our tacos. Just gonna start with a bit of our lettuce here. Just like that. And then let's distribute our proteins. Everything is nicely seasoned. So give some nice generous portions of that shrimp and that chicken on each of those tacos so that every taco is bursting with flavor. So now just top with the nice spoonful of guacamole. Just gently spread that out. Same. Now, of course, you don't have to put that much guacamole, but it's so great. It's great. Try it. Have it on the side and try all that guacamole at once. It's amazing. And especially if you haven't tried mine, you should try it. That's why I'm having this much. And this helps to set the perfect stage to really sit our tomatoes on top of that bed of guacamole. Just like that. And there. Really delicate here, so use a spoon, use your hands if you have to, and just topple and overflood that taco with these tomatoes. And now finally just top this with some fresh cilantro. Beautiful green sprigs, which really will add a bit of zest, a bit of citrusiness in each bite. If you're one of the small number of people in the population that find cilantro to taste soapy, you can skip this step. But for everybody else, this is ready. These are our delicious, spicy chicken and shrimp tacos with some fresh homemade guacamole. This is truly looking amazing. It's making me hungry. It's making you hungry. So what are you waiting for? Grab your spoons, grab your forks, grab your knives. I really hope you guys learned something from this recipe. A few techniques here and there, a few spices here and there. And if you did, let me know so in the comments down below. And let me know what you want to see next. Do you really like tacos? What kind of tacos are your favorite? I would really love to know, so I can maybe make it for you and give it a new twist. If you want more videos just like this, be sure to hit subscribe, hit that bell icon so that you know when my next video comes out. There's so much in the pipeline and we're doing something new every week, so don't miss any of my new videos. Alright, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna eat these tacos and I hope you do the same, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye guys.